Okay, welcome to the last video in the independence series. This one is called Speaking to Teachers. Now, you might think this is a strange thing to include, but for some people, it's a really tough thing to do. But the rewards of doing it are potentially huge. So it's worth getting over any apprehension or anxiety you have about it and just do it. So we'll talk you through and I'll give you some steps that might help you out towards the end. So when I say talk to teachers, I don't mean demand every second of their attention every day for a week. Pick your moments, find something you really need help with and go and speak to them about it. One thing to bear in mind is to try and be a bit empathetic, try and consider their feelings. So teachers are stretched. Don't exaggerate that in any way, shape or form. That's not an understatement or overstatement. It's just the truth. Teachers really are stretched. So when you do ask for help, you need to make sure you do it in the right way. And this is coming from personal experience. When students approach you wanting help, they do it in the wrong way, it makes it so much easier to say no or fob them off or find a reason to not do it. But if they come to you in the right way, from the right place, with the right attitude, the right kind of brevity, then it makes it a lot easier to say, yes, of course you'll help out, because fundamentally teachers want to help other people out. That's why they became teachers. So it shouldn't be too hard to get them to help you out. So really, there are two ways to speak to teachers. And I'm really elaborating this point because teachers are the experts. They're the ones who know the subject inside out. They're the ones who have marked hundreds of essays in this subject. They're the ones who might be examiners for the subject. They're the ones who've done it at university. They are the ones who'll be able to help you out the most out of anybody. So building that good relationship with those teachers, showing good intention, good willing, is probably one of the most powerful things you can do. And again, it's what the best students do. They form good working relationships with their teachers and they use those relationships to get the help they need. So there's two ways you can approach a teacher to help. If you're underperforming in their subject, then you want to try and start a conversation with them about what do I need to do to improve? So if you're feeling confident, if you've got a kind of okay relationship with that teacher in the first place, I would strongly recommend going to them face to face if you can. That's always the first port of call, in my opinion. One, because it shows your confidence, but also it's a really good way to articulate your thoughts and feelings, but also it's about gauging that response. You can't underestimate this when you're talking to someone, reading their body language, reading their facial expressions, knowing if now's a good time or not can be a really powerful tool in your arsenal. And the other great benefit of doing it face to face is you're going to get an instant response, whether that is a positive or a negative response. You'll get it right away. There's no kind of delaying or no waiting around to find out whether they're going to help you or not. So that's a really powerful thing. Whereas if you go for email, if you're not so confident, if you find it awkward talking to teachers, or if you haven't got a particularly good relationship with them to begin with, then email is a really good way to approach this subject and start asking for a bit of extra help. Speaking from experience, some teachers are better than others when it comes to emails. I've worked with some who are awful, like truly awful, and some who are brilliant. So it might just be a bit of trial and error finding out if your teachers are the type who will respond to emails promptly, or if they need nudging, or if they're never going to get back to you, which does happen. So don't be disheartened if they don't respond to an email. As I said, teachers are busy, they're stretched, they're overworked. Don't compound problems for them. Make life easier for them. Okay. If they don't respond to an email, try and grab them. I know that can be difficult, but do try. Those are the two kind of approaches you can take. Now, speaking to teachers can be daunting. When you're a student, teachers are these incredible, powerful people who have all the knowledge and command fear and respect, or at least some are like that. And they can be intimidating. It can be daunting to speak to, but just remember, they are human beings. They are in that job because they want to help people. It's certainly not because of the pay or the workload. It is because they want to help people and make other people's lives better. So always bear that in mind. They want to help you, but they might not have the time or the energy or the capacity to do it right there and then. So just bear that in mind. They are human beings, I promise. I promise they are. So if you want to send an email, here's a kind of template you could use. I'll put this on the page as well, so you can copy and paste it directly. So dear whoever, I'm just writing a quick email to ask you for some help. I'm really struggling with, and then be as specific as possible. Okay. Again, I like laboring points, but I will labor this one. If you are vague in your email to your teacher, it makes it so much easier for them to go, just deal with this another time. Whereas if it is, can you please help me with structuring conclusions for 20-mark exam questions? Then that makes it so much easier for the teacher to respond to, because they know they could probably type out a couple of sentences and give you the exact answer you need. Whereas if you're vague, I really need some help with biology, then where do you begin? As a teacher, where do you begin? So be specific with the thing you want help with. Is it essay writing? Is it a revision technique? Is it a particular part of coursework? Is it a particular topic within an exam? Be as specific as possible. So then you'd go on to say, it would be really helpful if you could go over an example or explain this to me in more detail, or go through my work. Again, try to be really specific with the outcome that you want from this help. Is it a quick email reply? Is it looking over a piece of work? Is it sitting down for an hour, half an hour to go over something? Be specific with what you want. Make it as easy as possible for that teacher to reply yes or no. Okay, that's what you want to try and aim for. Make it as simple as possible. And then finish off with, could we meet before next lesson, after next lesson, or another time that works for you? Again, take the burden away from waiting for another email to arrange a time. Suggest the time here to make it, again, like I said, as simple as possible. Then go, yeah, that's great. I'll see you there, which is what you want. And then thanks, hope all is well, and then your name. So at the beginning, I've put dear Mr. Mrs. What, sir, madam, whatever you want to address them. And at the end, thanks, hope all is well, and then your name, because it's those little courtesies, those little formalities, which make an email so much easier to read. And again, I've had emails from students before, which have got none of this. It just goes, sir, I need help with whatever. And that's it, full stop. And then it always comes across really badly whenever that happens. So just have a think about how you're presenting yourself when you write an email. Try to be formal, be polite, be thankful, and then that will hopefully get you the help that you need with an email. So that's a kind of a script for an email. Whereas if you're going to speak face to face, it's a simpler script because it will evolve naturally once you said this. So I can't really structure it much more than this for you. Start off, hi, sir, miss. Do you have 5 minutes at the start or end of next lesson to help me with this very specific thing? Again, be specific. I've tried to figure it out myself, but can't seem to get anywhere. So there are 2 key parts to this little script here. One, don't ask for help right there and then. Okay. Teachers, as I said, they're stretched, they're busy, they have packed timetables. The chances of them being able to help you right there, right then are slim to none. So give them the opportunity to say at the start or end of next lesson, give that bit of time between you asking right there and the next time you see them. The other thing that's going to really help you out is by saying, I have tried to figure it out myself, but can't seem to get anywhere. You're saying you've tried and that you can't do it. So you're really asking them for their expert help. Don't say this if you've not tried, please don't lie. But if a teacher knows you've really tried hard to do it by yourself, which is what teachers want, then they're more likely to help you. Okay. Teachers don't want to have to give you every single answer every single time, because then as a teacher, you're not doing your job if you have to spoon feed information. So make it really clear you've tried to do it yourself, but you've not got anywhere. So you need that extra bit of help to get you across the line. And that should help you out there as well. So yeah, there you've got 2 scripts to help you through this potentially tricky thing, daunting thing, but the rewards for doing it will be great because, like I say, they are the experts. They're the ones who can truly help you. So other tips, build a rapport with teachers. Honestly, the students I most fondly remember are the ones who spent the time to get to know me, to understand what I liked, what I didn't like, what made me laugh. Use humor, be self-depreciating if you need to. Make teachers feel good about helping you, make them want to help you. Be aloof and inhuman, make yourself human as well. Relate to them, try to build that rapport. I'm not asking to go and be their best mate, but spend a bit of time talking to them, understand what makes them tick, and they'll appreciate that because teachers are social people at the end of the day. They're working with other people. You have to be social in some way, shape or form. And again, like I say, from experience, those students who make the bit of effort they're the ones you're always going to want to help because they have made that effort and they're trying to build that relationship. So yeah, good luck with this. If you want any extra support, don't be afraid to reach out, drop me an email, and I'll happily look over a draft email, or if you're going to write a script to rehearse and practice, absolutely fine. Not a problem, because I realize this is a really tricky thing to do for some people. So good luck, and I hope it goes all right.